Hello beautiful Pisces, welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and I'm going to be doing a reading for you today with the card of Love and Soul Retrieval. I have to put in here that yesterday there was one card that I did not bring out that was part of yesterday's reading. It was the Earth Keeper, number 18. This card, I didn't want to let it go by and just say, well, you know, we're not going to look at it for this week. I wanted to put in before I continue from yesterday's reading where we had the Fool and the Crow about living your best life, about finally finding a voice and stepping in to love rather than just always being on the edge of something. The Earth Keeper is also here to remind you, almost like an afterthought, that your actions that you do on this planet is to co-create wellness, not just for you, but for everybody. We're all responsible for the energies that we put out there. And I have the feeling that if you teach people that love comes from within, and that you can bring that out, you're going to get that. You're going to teach the next generation that there's different ways to feel about love. That it's okay to be vulnerable and not afraid to constantly get hurt. It's okay to take chances and reach for your dreams and your goals in life. And having the number 9 attached to it, especially, is almost like a gift from the realm of letting you know that it's time for us to change our ways of being energetically. Okay? We've been in the mind too long, and it's time to be of the heart energy, of the it's so funny because it's almost at odds with itself. With the Aquarian age, it's all about the mind and air and change. But when you get stuck in the mind, you limit your energies. And they said leaving the Piscean age is good because we're stuck in traditional ways. The thing about Piscean age is that we're all about emotion and the heart, and you need that. So I kind of find it funny. It's almost like they're at odds with each other. One side says it's better, the other side says it's better, but really and truly, you need the both to make a difference. You need the change of the Aquarian age, but you also need the heart of Pisces to get out of the mind. And I think that's the big, I don't know, contradiction here. Okay, so let's look at these. I'm going to look at this later on. I'm going to put this one over here. Soul retrieval and love. So we're going to look at love. You knew there was going to be love this week. Soul retrieval for me was very obviously trying to get back to the point of the heart center. Absolutely. We have been too far away from it. We've put too much, in the years before the pandemic hit, we put too much on everything that we own, everything that we had materialistically. Our status in life became more important than the actual act of being in the center of love. In other words, caring for a fellow man, caring for ourselves. And it's almost like you can't, I feel like they're saying you can't put it on paper. You can't calculate this on a piece of paper like you would with material things. It's just not calculable. It's something you are energetically. You just can't put it in numbers. You can't put it in assets versus liabilities. Love is an energy that gives and keeps on giving. In the best of times and the worst of times. It's a undervalued energy that we have at our disposal that we simply don't use enough. Okay? Myself included, Pisces. Okay? We need to choose love. It is the biggest courageous part of us. It's the one that's going to make us the most powerful. It puts the big beast to rest. The big scary hurts, the big scary everything to rest when you come from a place of love. So we're going to look at that today, and we're looking at your past. And the word that comes in with the past today is how that was distorted. It's been distorted through time. I feel like it's lessons that we were not taught properly. Unfortunately, we were taught to believe that that love is being vulnerable, that love is not always good for you, that somebody was going to take advantage of you in love. People manipulate people who have big hearts. But you know what? We're not just talking about romantic. We're talking about love on a much bigger scale. To tell you the truth, the word love doesn't even really cover the spectrum of the energy that comes from this. But we try every once in a while to, I don't know, explain it or shine light with it, but it just doesn't really. I like this, patience. I feel the temperance card. I feel like it's gonna take a bit, Pisces. People are not going to, I don't know, change overnight. And change always takes a while. It takes patience. But the more that we become peaceful, the more that we become a peaceful presence, and the more we let go of desperation, the better that we are, the better it's going to get. Okay? So I love this. It says that she's holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Okay, look at that. In the stillness of winter. And her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. It's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's driving all of us. Don't try to force will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you're blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come true. Yeah, sometimes we like to think there's only one possible way of doing anything. We do. We get stuck. We get stuck in the way things are, the way things should be. And we don't let any room for anything else. And that, I feel that's what happens. I think something becomes popular, like a certain brand of vehicle or a certain brand of music or a certain lifestyle. And then we all clamor to try and do the same. But the only thing happens is that it really just creates, it alienates us from each other, what really matters, which is love. There's the lovers again, okay? Imagine that. If you don't live up to certain things, all your life you feel like a square peg in a round hole. You don't feel like you can love yourself. You don't feel like you can be loved by anyone else either. It creates all of these obstacles, this feeling of not fitting in, this unbalance, even though you are balanced. Okay, we're working on soul retrieval here. We're working on what matters. To me, soul retrieval is almost like going back to your true nature. It's not almost, it is. It's going back to your nature. What it's actually supposed to be like. King of Cups. Okay, this one wanted to come out, 6, and this one. There's beautiful energy here, Pisces. Spirit just wants you to know that if things have been feeling out of whack, it's because they are, or they have been. And it's not just with the outside world. It's because you believe it too. Wow. Stop believing this crap. Stop believing that you have to be happy all the time. Intense happiness is something movies created. Okay? Having a complete sense of contentment. Sitting and watching a setting sun and feeling that joy permeate your body. That's just as good. Okay? Find those moments. You don't have to have perfect happiness, picture perfect happiness. Find what's important to you. These things of what society has dictated, what joy, happiness, and love is supposed to look like, has only alienated us from who we are. It's separated us from finding that harmony with each other. It's created awful obstacles and completely separated us from the balance within ourselves. Because we're trying to fit into a mold that doesn't fit. When they put children in classes and all those children are not learning at the same level, they start weeding out the people that don't learn at the same pace. And they call them special. In my day, they did. They put them in special classes. Made them feel alone, like they didn't fit in. Instead of realizing that they were individuals with different learning styles. That their brains just function in different ways. Instead of finding new ways of teaching, they created barriers and made these people feel less than. And some of these people became some of the greatest inventors in the world, the greatest engineers, because their brains were functioning in different ways. Some of them gave up and thought all their entire life that they were stupid, even though I've known some of the smartest people that were in special classes. This way of thinking, we have to retrieve the way we think of things. We have to stop putting love all in the same basket. There's more ways to love energetically than I could ever tell you about. But we have to have patience. You have to cruise through this time with a lot of patience in your heart and a lot of calmness. The world will eventually transition. It may not even be in your time, in our way of thinking. But the world is going towards that. They're meeting obstacles, and they're opening up to realizing that there's more than one way of doing things. There's more than one way of feeling things. And the energy of the heart center is just as important as the logic of the brain. More, even so. But that perspective, it's going to take time. But you're here to plant that seed. And how do you do that? You count your blessings. You show people how fulfilled you are in the life that you're leading. Not by showing the world you are tremendously happy, but how to pick the joys and make the most of it. How to pick a happy thought in your day and live off of it for the day, until the next one comes by. To make the small thing the big thing that matters to you. To be an example. To show people that they can go retrieve their souls and find their happiness. And the more we practice, the better we're going to get at it. The more we can transition this world into something so much better than what it's been so far. It will come. But it'll come a little bit at a time. This is what I feel, a little bit at a time. One energetic spark of love at a time. Don't give up on anybody at this point. Some will come around faster. I'm sure you're surrounded by people that you can see growing every day. They're opening up to it. They're releasing old patterns. And they're walking that journey, maybe not beside you, but close behind. You can see some that having a hard time struggling to let go of those things. And we all have little parts of our lives where it's hard to let go of those things that we held as true for so long. As I said, the biggest thing you can do for yourself is practice gratitude. So I'm going to ask you right now to write in the comments section, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? I don't care if it is the smallest thing, a blade of grass. I want you to let me know what you're grateful for today. And I want you to hold that as long as you can. And when you can't, you've squeezed all the joy and happiness from that grateful thought. I want you to be grateful for something else. And then I want you to hold on to that as well. If you're not aware, gratitude can change your entire life. Not because things don't happen. It's just that your mindset, your state of being, resonates at such a high frequency that you're in a much better place to handle so many things. And you're willing to look at a better solution for everything. So no more segregating ourselves. Be in the spirit of your true emotions. Change your perspective. Practice gratitude. Rebalance yourself. Don't worry about the world. They'll catch up. And plant. Plant the seeds. Show everybody how that's done. Retrieve your soul, which is what we're going to look at later on today. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. Take care, Pisces. Bye for now.